Aristotle called politics the master art because it encompasses all other areas of human knowledge. To do it well, you have to have knowledge of history, of economics, and strategy, just to name a few. He also called it the master art because politics at its highest level encompasses all the other domains of human interaction. It covers families and businesses. It covers everything that individuals might do. And the founders were aware of the weight of what it was that they were undertaking with the American founding, and that they were engaging in the practice of the master art. And they grappled with some of the fundamental questions of human existence that pertain to politics as they were considering the American founding. Amongst these, they needed to deal with the question of human nature. And as we know, that is the most difficult of all questions for us to grapple with, to know ourselves. For political purposes, you don't have to have complete answers, but they did realize that they needed to have some conceptions of human nature, and the cost of getting these questions wrong would be very weighty. Take, for instance, communism today, that if you have a view of human nature in which you reduce people just to material production, it is going to be absolutely devastating. They also realized that they needed to settle the question about what is the best form of government for the American people. In modern times, we divide forms of government into two classes. One of these is called an authoritarian form of government, and the nature of an authoritarian government is that there are some controls, but they exist outside of law. So for instance, there might be religious restraints or pragmatic restraints that exist. The other alternative that we have today is a constitutional regime. And a constitutional regime is one in which there are limits by law upon political actors. And of course, there was no question but that this was going to be a constitutional regime. They struggled with this third issue, which is a perennial issue in all political relationships. It is the problem that Harold Laswald had called who gets what, when, where, how. Essentially, this is the problem of power. Power is like the dark matter of politics. It is something that isn't oftentimes observed, but we know it's there. And we need it to get anything done. But of course, it's something that could be subject to abuse. So with the foundation of America, the founders had a variety of resources that they could rely upon. And they were cognizant of political history and the history of philosophical ideas.